everybody. We're back again.
We're back.
Just did a quick turnaround there. We're going to do an IRL stream of us eating. So that's fun, but it gives us an opportunity to hang out and talk with folks in chat. Hey. Oh, I'm going to switch this so we can see the chat on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a fantastic game of flip chips. Is that the first time that we've beaten it on stream?
I think it might be.
Because we've played it on stream once?
Yeah.
And you've mostly played solo since then.
Yeah.
It's nice to finally have that victory.
That was a nice victory, too.
It was well done.
Well, we all got some good hits in
Yeah.
there. We definitely have to clip that shot that you did, Sarah, where your ship rolled around the
so
table
good.
and landed on the target you were aiming for. Amazing.
So good.
Yeah, that is definitely one of our favorite games from this year. I didn't include it in the podcast when we were talking about hidden gems, because I feel like
It's not hidden.
it's not hidden. We've talked a lot about it,
Yeah.
about how we love that game. Ooh, somebody is on the stairs.
Hi!
Hi.
There's a Nate.
Come on up. We're doing an IRL stream right now.
Where we eat.
Yes.
Hey, well,
We're
good
eating
timing,
with the
'cause
chat.
we have food.
Yay,
We're
bring your
doing,
food up here and
Communal eating.
we'll eat on stream. Have ourselves a drink and a snack. Sarah, is my water on the floor down under that chair? Or did I finish it? Oh, there we go. Lovely. Thank you.
Do we want to move around so that the two of them can sit there? I will
Sure.
move to a different chair, and Andy can take. I will be behind the shotgun mic, but that's fine.
Yeah. We can move the mic a little bit. Zoop, zoop, zoop. No, can't move it significantly. Move it a little
It's
bit.
fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's cool. There we go. Everything's cool.
We were thinking we might do a creative stream as well. I might do some painting at some point.
Well, I don't want to be here super late because
Yeah,
one,
that's
we have
true.
to bring Sarah to the train,
Yep.
and
Sarah
we don't
does
want
have to go
you to
home
be
eventually.
out super late because you have to travel.
Yes.
Um, but also because I have to cook a tart.
Yeah, that's right. You're cooking.
Cooking a tart.
I am baking a hazelnut tart tonight at my mom's.
Wow, that just sprayed like grease right out of it. That was impressive.
My mom's kitchen is better than mine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need the food processor.
And just counter space.
Yeah.
Our kitchen has no counter space. It's very sad.
Our kitchen is very tiny, so.
So is Toshi still in chat? Or
Oh, go. He might be. He's still watching. Well, he still has the stream up.
okay. And Patrick was listening but wrapping presents.
Yeah, I think he had to take off.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
I'm glad Travis was able to join us.
Yeah, to
and
come say
hello.
hi.
Nice to see Kat, who's usually in chat as Travis's
Yeah.
ID. Amanda, are you having a happy birthday?
I am. Good. I'm having a great birthday.
Is this what you wanted from your birthday?
100%.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad. We got to defeat invading aliens.
Uh-huh.
We got to defend the wasteland
The
from
Commonwealth
Sins.
Waste, yeah.
Yep.
Well, from the Institute. We were helping Sims escape.
I guess.
Because the railroad was gaining influence along with us. So.
Is there another quick game we could do before we wrap up today? Or do you want to?
I mean, I brought Dixit.
Oh, I haven't played this in a long time.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Say hi to the nobody in chat.
Hi, nobody in chat. I was on earlier,
Okay.
but I didn't say anything.
Hi, friends.
Ooh, I like your shirt.
I wore my Christmas sweater.
It's
That-
excellent.
Get your sweater on stream. That's an amazing sweater.
If only we were here earlier when you were playing
were playing
Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, right?
Um,
You know what we need
So
to
have you
do,
guys met?
Amanda?
No.
okay, Sarah. This is my friend Sarah. Sarah and I have known each other for years. Mostly online, and then we met up at PAX East randomly in a hotel.
Like in the elevator.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
elevator opened, and there was
remember that
Sarah, and I
story.
hadn't seen her in years.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god. And this is Nate and Allie, who are
Hello.
friends we met here at the game store.
And
Separately, and then became not separate.
and then
Yeah.
participated in our wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty spectacular.
We will
Battleground
get
bringing people
that
together.
thing from the car.
That thing.
Subtle.
Very
Excellent.
subtle. Yeah. We met them separately, became friends with them separately, and Allie told me she thought Nate was cute.
Aww.
And meanwhile, Nate was saying he thought Allie was cute. And I was like, and Allie was like, do you think, if I asked him out, he would go, I went, yes.
100%
Then we
absolutely.
went and got
I
burgers
have
as
a
a double
certainty
date.
on that.
Yep. We went to Wild Willie's, which sadly is no longer there. I miss Wild Willie's.
There are other locations in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go on a field trip at some point.
Yeah, I need their fried pickles.
I was just about to say that. So good.
What are you guys eating? Did you also get pizzings?
No, we got Louis.
Oh, okay.
Legit.
This is the
Did you
first.
get pastrami or?
No, I got a super beef.
Hey, if anybody from Pizzings or Louis is watching, we'll gladly accept like a sponsorship.
I mean, the empanadas from Pizzings are like excellent.
Very good.
Yeah.
Muy excelente. I have the crackers that Nate will eat by themselves, plain, because he's weird.
Oh, I would eat those.
With your
100%.
crackers?
I would dip those in the sriracha sauce and eat them.
So Amanda's decided she wants to bake chickpeas in the sriracha sauce.
I want to
like
toss
dip-
chickpeas in the sriracha sauce and then like
That's a
roast
good
them,
idea.
and then they would be all crunchy and sriracha-y.
Uh-huh.
That sounds
Spicy.
delicious.
Yep.
Isn't it?
You
Nate
probably
got
could just
pasta.
get like an extra, like, after like extra two things of it.
Yeah.
We've got like we had Pizzings last week and the week before, and we preserved the sauce in our fridge. I think it's still good.
Yeah.
Probably. But really, it really just tastes like a sriracha honey mix. Probably not hard to make your own.
No.
Yeah. Baking chickpeas is a pain though.
We'll be right back.
No, it's not bad.
It like
You have to pat them down and dry them. or
yeah,
else they
and, like,
just.
and I like to peel the
The
skins
skins.
off of them, and you know.
I don't bother with that.
Yeah.
Just eat. The crunchy skins are yummy.
So my
I feel like they dry better without the skins.
mother's father's mother is Italian, or was Italian. She was Southern Italian, and she would make chickpeas, which were roasted chickpeas. My mother has very fond memories of that. So
I bought my sister a dehydrator a couple years ago for Christmas or for her birthday, some holiday. And I think I'm gonna borrow it so I can make some really good dried chickpeas. 'Cause
Nice.
I make them in the oven all the time. Even just like a little bit of oil and cinnamon is really good. And then it's like a healthy snack.
garlic powder,
Garlic powder,
And, like,
salt,
rosemary.
pepper.
really
Sea salt's
good.
really good.
Yeah, dried chickpeas are delicious.
They're so good.
Roast chickpeas, so good.
Yeah, we've discovered there's a Thai lemongrass and lime flavor that you can get at like Stop and Shop in the like earthy crunchy natural foods area.
Yeah, yeah.
And those are really good.
Try those.
Okay, so
Yeah, they are very good.
So Amanda,
Yeah.
a project that we have to undertake.
Yes.
I'm reminded by all the Fallout stuff, like the sweaters and the shirts and stuff. Modifius is releasing their Fallout
their war game.
Wasteland Warfare. Ooh, bits.
Thanks, Travis.
Thank you, Travis, for the bits.
Travis gave us bits.
Remember, folks, if you do bits, use the hashtag, what is it? Hashtag charity.
Hashtag charity.
And you make your bits become part of a donation.
Which is very cool.
Yeah. But what I was saying, Wasteland Warfare is coming out in March, I believe. But we're taking pre-orders at the store now.
There's a lot.
There is a lot. It's like $960 to get everything.
Yeah, we don't have
We're
that.
not doing that. But we should decide what faction or factions we want to get.
Yeah, we should decide which bits we want.
I feel like primarily you're not going to be playing the game. You'll probably play it sometimes. But mostly you're going to be...
I'm going to be painting.
Yeah, you're going to be building and painting the minis.
So the thing that I like about the way the Modifius game is supposed to be working is that, in theory, you should be able to do what I do with the
Fallout?
with the Fallout board game,
Right, right.
and you should be able to play against the deck. It has an AI that plays against you,
Yeah.
so you can play 1v game, you can play 2v game, or PvP, which I think is awesome. I like the different variety that you can get out of that.
I'm literally eating sour cream because my tongue is on fire.
I know. Is that all? Birthday card.
Aw. Thanks, Allie.
Oh my god, it's so cute. I'm gonna die.
I'm so disappointed that we forgot to grab Action Cats.
Yes, it does make me your official, unofficial sister.
Thank you, Allie.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's why you were late. I had to pick out your birthday card and I couldn't decide.
Okay.
When in doubt, always go with a puppy.
Puppies.
It's adorable.
Yeah. Look at that.
Aww, I like when they sleep in their food bowls.
It's like, I love this food so much, I'm gonna sleep with it. Dumb question. Those aren't donuts. They are empanadas, Toshi.
They were delicious.
Now
I think
you
I'm
can
gonna
hear
die.
me. Yeah, just take it out of petty cash. Yeah, we'll just buy it for the store and then keep it.
Right.
They're not donuts, they're empanadas, and they are filled with a nice spiced beef mix and some cheddar cheese. And
Blood of the innocent.
yes, well that's what I'm dipping it in.
Yeah.
They come with a sriracha dipping sauce, so I don't know if Toshi can hear me or if he has the sound off, but he asked in my chat with him, in the public chat. So I'm answering him, and if he can't hear me, I will tell him in my chat.
So yeah, Wasteland Warfare. We're definitely going to have to get some of those things so that you can paint them, and they're going to be awesome. They've teased that they're making Liberty Prime, which you, not having played the games, are not familiar with. It's basically Iron Giant.
If this is the scale of the characters, Liberty Prime is this tall.
It's awesome.
And they teased that in one of the most recent emails. You saw its foot. It was like, here, we'll show the scale of some of the creatures. And it shows you like a Wastelander, and it shows you like a Deathclaw, and then it showed you like a behemoth,
Yeah.
which is a big super mutant.
Sure, yeah.
And then it was like, foot,
Yeah, it's just the foot. that's
right in
Liberty
the
Prime.
corner of the shot.
And then it confirms, yes, you are
Liberty Prime.
unofficially related now. But
Yeah, definitely. If Allie is my unofficial sister, then you are my unofficial
Official,
brother-in-law.
unofficial.
Yeah, brother-in-law.
Where'd you guys order from?
Kazings.
Amanda got empanadas.
I got
Ooh, I wonder
both
what
Sarah and I got empanadas,
Yeah.
and they were really good.
Yeah, Zings has a new menu.
they do that.
they?
Yeah. Which, again, they didn't bring us any copies of the menu. Next time we order,
We have to ask when we
them for
call.
menus.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they have a new menu, and the mac and cheese pizza is more readily available.
Yeah, they don't run out of the mac and cheese pizza anymore, but they don't have the pulled pork anymore. So that's sad.
That was sad.
I'm okay with it because the mac and cheese pizza is
better.
good, and the empanadas are really good.
Oh my god, yeah.
They did tell me
I'm
they
glad
can
you
put
got them.
any
Those were
sauce on the mac and cheese pizza that they could put on their wings.
Yeah.
So if you want buffalo sauce on your mac and cheese pizza, you could do that.
It's solid.
Yeah.
So Pistings has always had good components, but they never put it together well. With a
They're
couple of
putting them
exceptions.
together now. So we can't stay super late because we need to drive Sarah back. And I need to bake a tart. But we were thinking we might play a game of Dixit after this.
I'm up to learn how to play Dixit.
It's actually pretty easy because
Yeah.
it's like
It's like the family game I used to break out with my nieces when they were younger. Because
Yeah.
it was the perfect, like, easy to play family game.
Yeah, I haven't played in a long time. My friend Corey has like all the expansions, and then she moved and like doesn't know where anything
It is a game
anymore, so.
where the fact that you and Amanda share a brain will be helpful.
Allie and I
Fair
are
play.
often very, very well dialed into each other when we say things.
I enjoy
Man,
demoing
playing
code names
against these guys.
Code names with me and Allie on a team together?
It's just not fair.
No, not at all.
We don't have Marvel code names in the car, do we?
I have Disney code names. in
Not
the
unless
car.
it's in my car.
Okay.
Which it might be.
I just feel like Sarah would clobber
I-
all of us at Marvel code names.
So I own Marvel Codenames. We played it at Unplugged,
Yeah.
and we played with people. I played with one person who knew some Marvel, and then people who didn't know it at all, like didn't know comic books at all. And it's really hard, but it's easier. So we played with the pictures on the picture side.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't know comic books, you can play it that way.
Yeah, you can just say bald, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Purple,
or
whatever.
animal, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to like.
So my friend Corey, she's like, no, I want to try doing it with the words. I'm like, Corey, it's gonna be much harder for you. Like, you watched like half an Avengers movie. Like, this is gonna be much harder. And she's like, no, words will be easier. And I'm like, no, they're not.
No, they really won't
No.
because they're all character.
They're
Like
all
they're almost all
characters.
character names.
And she was like, no. I'm like, all right, we will play around. Like, we'll play it. Because that's what you want to do. And I was ready to murder her, like 3 things in. And she's like, but you can just like say things like, if it's Baron Zemo, you can say things like leader. And I'm like, no, because if you know comic books, that's like 4 different characters can be a leader.
Yeah. So what I realized with Marvel code names is that you need to be playing on a team with someone who has the same level Marvel knowledge. You don't have to be playing against someone who has the same level Marvel knowledge.
They have to have the same level
But
as
the
you.
team members need to be on the same level.
Yep.
Because if you're trying to guess, you don't want someone giving you clues that you'll never understand.
Yeah, I did very poorly at that.
And if you're trying to like guess things,
Yeah.
and the person who's giving you guesses doesn't know Marvel, they're gonna say things and you're gonna be like, that's half the board. Like,
Yeah.
because you understand associations that they don't know.
Yep.
Whereas if you're playing like on your team with someone who also doesn't know Marvel and you don't know Marvel and you're just going straight off what you see
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
inferences based on the characters, then you're probably okay. But mixing the 2 levels of knowledge just really.
I don't think I do very well with the word side. I'm
No.
a DC person, like in terms of what I grew up with. Like I prefer Marvel,
Can I put this in there? Or
but
you
my
just-
dad's
One
a
more time.
my dad's a Superman fanboy. He has it tattooed on his body. So
Yeah, like-
that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I was an X-Men girl, like right from the get-go. As soon as I knew what the X-Men were, I was like, this is my jam.
Because, you know,
And
Breakfast Club shirt.
Yeah.
yes,
That's a great shirt.
and I also got the Electric Company magazine,
Oh, yeah.
which is see,
Like
Nate
Spider-Man.
and I are closer in age, so we know Electric Company had Spider-Man comics included in it, and it was awesome. Bye, Travis. I didn't catch that when you first sent it, but thank you for stopping by and thank you for stopping in on the chat.
Yeah, it was good to see you, Travis.
Yes, it was good to see Kat and Selena.
They're
Yeah.
too. I'll give Amanda one. She dipped it in her sriracha sauce.
It was delicious. Do you want to try dipping in the sriracha?
Why
If you
not?
don't mind that, like, I had my
Ew,
mouth all up in it.
cooties.
I'm the foodie lady.
Here, I have 2 containers of this at home, so you can have this one.
Speaking of references, especially ones that we got, I've been listening to the audiobook of Ready Player One.
Uh-huh. That doesn't have any references to anything in it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't.
Just too much, or
My friend Josh.
can't.
He drives a DeLorean with a flux capacitor.
Yeah, it's a little more than I can.
It's a little,
yeah.
it's a little too.
They tried too hard, in my opinion.
are you basing it off the trailer or off of?
The book.
Oh, okay.
The book to me is a little too much like Nice Guy TM. Like a little too much.
Canonic, stereotypical, nice guy.
Yeah, and I can't.
Saccharinely nice, and you're just like,
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And my friend Josh, I mentioned I want to read it. My friend Josh, you remember Josh?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, do not do that to yourself. You do not want to do that to yourself. He went on a Twitter rant one day where he just everything that was wrong with it. He just went off. He's like, and then he ended it with, and now I'm gonna have to see trailers for the next 6 months for this bullshit.
So
I'm a fan of Easter eggs and inside jokes. But I don't
but
know
they're
if you
not
can make a whole
hidden,
movie.
is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My problem is all of that, but also that I work in a library, and much like every other book that hit a certain like zeitgeist, I have been told by every single person in that demographic that, oh my God, you have to read it, it's the best thing ever, and no item can be everything to everyone.
No.
yeah.
And this is a problem I run into with media in general, is that because I work with media, and I work with a wide variety of media, it's not like I make sci-fi movies or I write fantasy books or something, and people are recommending fantasy or sci-fi. Okay. Mine is trash.
Trash bag. I'll be right back.
But what ends up happening is, because I'm in the library and I'm behind the desk, someone will go, have you read this one? And if I say no, if I say yes, they want to talk about it.
Yes.
So you can't even say yes to get them off your back. If you say yes, well, now we're gonna discuss it.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, and if you say no, suddenly you're gonna be there for 20 minutes with them telling you why you have to watch it or read it or like engage with it.
Whatever it is.
And I don't have time for that. I don't have time.
For the amount of recommendations I'm
Yeah.
sure you get on a daily basis.
And there was a certain subset of the population that was super into The Help when it came out.
Yeah.
And I had read a lot of very valid criticisms of that book. But the people recommending it to me were very well-intentioned and very, like, perfectly nice people.
Sure.
And I work and help them. I don't want to, like, get in an argument with them about that book, because then they're not going to come to me for help if they need to find something or they have a question. And that's primarily my job, is to be there to help people, like, answer their questions.
That's like when I used to work at Apple.
If I tell someone,
You were not Metacritic.
if I tell someone,
You
I'm
were Google.
uncomfortable with the subtext of this book, then are they going to come to me if they have a problem on a computer? No, they're not. Because they're going to see me as antagonistic. So I can't do that. I can't engage like that, which is really frustrating at times. It's an incredibly frustrating
Do you
situation.
ever
to be in.
deflect with just a, no, not yet, I haven't gotten around to that one.
Well, then they ask because they're regulars, and then they ask every time they come in.
Yeah.
That's valid.
So what I more do is I say, that's so popular right now. It's not on my pile because I don't want to take it away from someone
That's
who
a
might really
good
want it.
answer.
That is a great answer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then the other, like the additional part of that is, it really doesn't need my help. Because it's so popular right now, everyone knows what it is, everyone's heard about it. I have a to-be-read stack this tall, I have a to-be-watched stack this tall, and those are all things that aren't the super popular title right now, and I need to be able to read those and know those so that I can recommend them when that's on hold for everyone and no one can get it.
Yeah.
I need to know the other things. I don't need to tell people about Twilight. I never did. It was popular by the time it hit my shelves. So I never needed to read it
What is that?
Yeah.
because
that
everyone
about
already
Nightfall?
knew it. Whereas, do I need to know other vampire novels? Yeah,
The
I
Last
do.
Vampire, because we're done.
Do I need to know other romance novels? Yeah, other like supernatural romance. Yeah, I need to know those books,
So
and I
you
need
should know
to have them.
you should know Outlander from start to finish, right?
I have some other issues with Outlander that we're not going to go into on stream that have to do with a certain author and her attitudes towards fan
Oh
fiction.
my god. Her
Yeah,
Robin
we
Hobb.
won't. We're not gonna get into that.
That's why I've never read a Robin Hobb novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. So this is the problem that I have with a lot of like media that's super popular is that it gets over recommended to me, and to the point where I'm like, there's no way this is ever going to be as good as someone wants it to be for me. Like I was told that Wall-E was going to be life changing.
No. I mean, it was really good.
It was good.
It was really good. I cried.
But I had
like,
a friend who was just in the right place, like emotionally at
For
the
it.
time, and it hit her just right. And it was life changing for her. It was
Yeah.
like, this is the most amazing thing I've seen to date. And I was like, that's fantastic for you, and I'm really happy that you had that experience with a piece of media. I have had that experience with a piece of media. Pacific Rim is that thing for me. I don't expect that to hit everyone the way it hit me. But I saw it 8 times in the theater, and I cried. I cried every time. Because emotionally, I needed a movie like that at the time. But I'm not telling someone else, oh my god, Pacific Rim's gonna change your life. No, because they're not me.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Lion King?
And the Lion King to me, I'm like, I know you love it because you have tattoos, and I know
Literally
I
just
know
got
you
2 on my
love
chest.
it, yeah. But it doesn't do that for me.
No, exactly.
So,
Like,
but you know that.
yeah,
And you
and
don't
you're
expect
allowed
that to be.
No, you're
yeah.
allowed to have your feelings towards a thing. I can't change your emotional
Yeah,
disposition.
like that's
towards-
what I've learned to like use my own. Like I said, well, I am doing.
I really
this.
loved this. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're fine with that.
Yeah.
Then
Totally.
you can go. No, I don't.
I
Right.
cry
It
every time I
didn't
watch
do
The
that
Lion
for
King,
me.
even though I'm an adult.
Right.
And I've watched it probably over 300 times,
Yeah.
if not more.
But yeah, so I have, and because I work in a library, I get overexposed to media
That's
to
when I
a
used to
very
work
high
at
degree.
Borders a million years ago. It was like
I
that
miss
too.
Borders.
I so much. I miss it so much, and like we always have all these Oprah recommended books, and everybody would come in. Did you read
this?
Did you read My Sister's Keeper? I'm like, no, I'm not reading that book. But you should. Oprah said it was so. I'm not reading that book. I'm not gonna
So
do
that's
it.
why, like,
not
at
gonna
the
do
Harvard
it.
bookstore, like, there's a,
Yeah.
written all the employees'
Recommendations.
recommendations, and they're well.
Hey, hey Dave. Good to see you.
That's how I feel about all the summer reading lists in school.
We were
These
eating and
after-reading,
chatting.
these extremely popular.
And there are some books that like legitimately like
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit, A Wrinkle in Time, like when I like that book, I that should be required reading. Like in my opinion, like
I never.
Depending on
It's
who
so
you are,
good.
Ender's Game is a good one. It's always on the list.
yeah.
Ender's Game is really good. I just wish I didn't know as much as I know about
Yeah,
Orson
Orson Scott
Card.
Card.
Orson
for
Scott
me.
Card needs to go bury himself in a ditch, but his writing is good.
Well,
Brandon
his
Sanderson.
early
His
writing.
writing.
His early writing, yeah, exactly. Because his older stuff, his like later stuff, when I read Ender's Shadow, and I was like,
Yeah.
I love alternate point of view
Yeah.
stuff. Like that's really
Yeah.
cool. And Ender's Shadow was okay.
Yeah.
That's the one from Bean's perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this adds a dimension to the
I
things
really- I
that were
like that.
going
I like
on,
that
and
one a
that's
lot.
cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, after that, yeah, after that, we, he gets really obsessed with Petra having babies. And Petra becomes obsessed with Petra having babies to the point where she is no longer a recognizable character because that's the only thing
Yeah.
her character does is like tricks Bean into having babies. And that's like
Messed up.
messed up. It's messed up for a lot of reasons. Because Bean does have a like utterly legitimate reason for not wanting to like populate and like have his genetic material go out into the world. But it made me very uncomfortable. And I was
Yeah.
reading these in college, and I was like,
And at
I
that
read
point,
them in
it's
high
hard
school.
to avoid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the reason when 50 Shades of Grey
that
came
trash?
out. Besides a lot of the issues, if you can't even get past the way that they're writing,
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
how do you expect
No.
to
no.
have anybody like the novel?
I had a guy once try to hit on me at work using 50 Shades of Grey, which was like probably one of the skeeziest things that's happened to me at work because I do work with the public, and someone had returned a copy of 50 Shades of Grey, and I had checked it in and slid it over to the adult side of the desk because I was alone and I had a line of people and I didn't have time to get up and reshelve it.
Sure.
I work in a small branch, so sometimes if if it's not busy, I'll just go put things away. But this particular time, I just slid it over to the adult side of the desk and I kept working. And a guy came up to the desk later, and I hadn't put it away, so it was still sitting there. But it was sitting like as
To the
far away from
side.
me as Sarah is.
Yeah.
So like a couple of feet away from me, not within reach, and I certainly wasn't reading it. And he came up to the desk and he was like, "Hey, you reading that?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "Oh, have you read it?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "But you know it." And I was like,
I work.
"Everyone knows it." And he was like, "You like that sort of thing?" And I was like, "Nope."
We are done with this
Nope,
conversation.
and right out of that conversation. I was like,
I
"That's
gotta
not
go.
appropriate."
I gotta go.
So yeah, I when I engage with media, I kind of have to come to it on my own because, yeah, what ends up happening is I had a friend who was super into Hair, the musical.
What was that?
Super into Hair. Do you remember Kirsa?
Yes.
There's a
Played Byron.
Yes.
You remember
Yes.
Hair? Okay. So,
Baby.
she was super into Hair. Like really into it. And she kept trying to get me to watch it, and her pitch for it just wasn't doing it for
Wasn't
me.
thinking for
And I was like, I don't like musicals, I'm really sorry.
What was that?
And she got really like offended by it.
There
I
was-
was like, it's never gonna be what you want me to.
There was a show that you had like that you talked to Nate and I about. And he was hyped to you, and you were told it was the best thing ever, and then you just couldn't watch it.
Yeah, there are a lot of shows like
Breaking
that.
Bad.
It was no, it was a sci-fi.
I mean,
show.
Breaking Bad is definitely on there.
I tried Breaking Bad so many times, and every time I was like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't
I
like
think
it.
Game of
I
Thrones.
don't like it.
I think it
is
has
on
this-
there.
the
Game of Thrones
same
is the show
guy
that I
from,
watch because I feel like
Star
I
Trek.
need to.
You know what I want to
I
watch?
think
I
it has
want
one
to
of the
watch
same guys in
Westworld.
Star Trek.
Quantum Leap.
No, because I've watched
That's a
it.
decent show.
Yeah, no, it was.
Fair
It
amount
was.
of
It was.
quality.
Oh boy.
I went to go rewatch it, and it's on
One of the
Hulu,
male
but like half the
captains.
episodes are missing because Hulu doesn't have the audio rights for it.
Oh no.
No,
Yeah.
the male captains are Archer, and that would be Quantum Leap.
Oh wow.
Wasn't he saying there's a show you specifically
Maybe
were like,
pop
yeah,
things
this one
up.
person
Yeah, pop
like
stuff
hyped it
up.
up to me forever. And
This demo copy of Dixit has never been touched. Oh, this is our copy.
Yes, our copy
How
of
how have we not?
Because we've always played someone else's copy
Copy
of
of
it.
discs. I've done that before.
It's like my copy of Dominion. It's
What
never
was
been
it?
opened. I've had it for years.
I mean, I know you were like that with Doctor Who.
New Who definitely did that for me because New Who, I had been told like how amazing the 10th Doctor was, and I was like, yeah, but I don't want a romance.
No, definitely not from your Doctor Who.
So I liked Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt
I
Smith
liked
was a lot of fun.
I don't like
what's
Peter
it-
Moffat.
I liked the most recent one.
Yeah, Capaldi.
Yeah, I like Peter Capaldi, largely because I have an association with Peter Capaldi from a movie called Local Hero.
was it Farscape?
Ben Browder.
No, you know what? It might have been Babylon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's it, yeah. Where basically people told me that Babylon 5 was a better Star Trek, and I was
They're
like,
Those people are
lifelong Trekkie, don't do that to me. Been watching since I was like 5, so how about not? What was I gonna say? I was saying, what's it called?
You were saying Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi. Local Hero. One, highly recommend Local Hero. It's a great movie. It's a cute little, like, quirky British, little Scottish movie about an American guy from an oil company who is sent to buy a town. He's sent to buy a fishing village in
It's
Scotland.
in the tab.
And he,
So we're not charging every time.
Super.
it's really
It's
warm
hot
in
up
here.
here, yeah.
It is hot up here.
He goes to buy this town because it's a great place for an offshore drilling rig. And so his boss, the owner of the company, sends him off to Furness to buy the whole town. And he's given a budget. He's told, yeah, just buy them. They're a bunch of fishermen. Just buy the town. He thinks they're all, like, gullible locals, and they're not going to have any idea what he's talking about, and that he's going to be able to buy the town for real cheap. Turns out the entire town knows exactly why he's in town, and they're ready to milk it and get as much money out of it as possible. They know. He's thought he's going to have to sort of trick them into selling the town that they're not going to want to sell. But they're all ready. And it's a really cute movie. It's really funny. It's got a quiet sort of sense of humor. If you've seen Waking Ned Divine,
It's got a similar feel
yeah.
to it, but it was made much earlier. It was made in like the 80s. And it's got Burt Lancaster in it. It's got one of my
Wedge
favorite.
Antilles.
It's got Wedge Antilles. It's got the actor who played Wedge, which I always find really amusing. And it also has Peter Capaldi, and Peter Capaldi is the guy from the oil company. It's his, and the guy from the oil company is played by Peter Reigert, and it's he's his like Scottish liaison, so he knows Scotland, and he's so young. He's like a kid. He's like supposed to be like 25 or something, and he like falls in love with a mermaid.
Falls in love with a mermaid.
Yeah.
All right.
His name
What
is
color
Mermaid.
does everybody want to be for Dixit?
Blue.
Pink.
Okay.
And also blue, green.
We should
What will Nate want to
retitle the stream, Andy, so that it's not dinner time. It's Dixit.
I'm not sure.
It's your husband. Does he want to be white, yellow, or red?
It depends on his mood.
Okay, I'll wait till he gets back. Okay, so I'm gonna take the stream down for a couple of moments. We're gonna reset
I'm
things.
is Nate playing Orange, Dick?
Orange.
Orange.
Hey,
All right.
in your
Stay right where you are,
have you
David.
ever had the chance to
We're
look
gonna
at
be right
Table
back
X?
with Dixit, which is
No.
probably going to be the last game of
Yeah,
today's
because then
birthday
we
streams.
gotta go and bake a thing.
Yeah. So give us a couple of seconds and
Yeah.
just reset things quickly. Be right back.
I have not read that one, but it is on the shelf at my branch. It's one of those ones where I just don't